on Zoom, YouTube also. Okay. All right. So, hello everyone, and I hope only 87 people have joined as of now. I hope people will join, and I will make the co-host Vijay Lakshmi ma'am. Vijay Lakshmi ma'am from what district? This is Mahabud. Vijay Lakshmi ma'am from Ranga Reddy Kandukur. Can you please raise your hand so I can make you the co-host? Archana ma'am, not here. Manjula ma'am. Manjula. Not here. So, Vijay Lakshmi ma'am, if you are here, can you please either write a message in the chat group so I can make you the co-host? Archana ma'am from KGBV Adilabad. If you are here, Adilabad, okay, Adilabad is here. Adilabad, please switch on your screen, ma'am, so I can. Okay, and then we have Warangal Jisukonda. Not here. Warangal, not here. And Vijay Lakshmi madam. Vijay Lakshmi ma'am, can you please write something in the chat box so I can see you are here and we can start the session? I want to make you the co-host so that you can help me translate. Kandukur, KGBV Kandukur. Okay, yes ma'am, I have seen you. I am making you the co-host. Kandukur. Yeah. Sorry, I made you spotlight while I had to make you the co-host. So I'll need your help in between when I need the translation. Okay, so let us start with the session. So if you remember, I don't know how many of you remember or not, but I took your first session. I took your first session, which was Adventures with A4. And if you remember, we made garland out of paper, right? How many of you, can you raise your hands? Or those who remember how to make a garland out of paper, all of you stand up. We made a hole in the paper through which all of us can pass. Like you can, we made a hole in the paper through which you could pass your entire body. Those who remember that activity, all of you have to stand up. Let me see how many of you remember. Stand up, stand up, stand up. I hope there are no lazy people. That math class girl is showing me by folding, something like that. Are you? Yes, we folded the paper. We made some lines. You remember this? We did something like this. Yeah, we folded the paper. So how many of you are standing up? Nobody is standing. Nobody remembers the activity. If you remember this activity which we did this activity. We folded a paper into half. So if I had this paper, I folded it into half and then I made lines on it. I don't know why this is not. Okay. So then I'll show it in overhead. We did something like this. We folded the paper into half, we made lines, and then we cut these along these lines, and we got a large garland, no? And so many girls could pass through that garland. We have some very cool story about this garland also. I'll share, but how many of you remember this? Quickly stand up. Why are you sitting? If you are sitting, that means you do not remember this activity. Stand up, stand up. Don't be lazy. B Mamta, CRT Physics girls have stood up. I don't want to see lazy girls in my class. Helen Joy stood up. Good. KGBV Kandukur district understood. Very nice. Vijay Lakshmi ma'am, can you please say this in Telugu? I am sure.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, first session start అయినప్పుడు జాలర్ చేసాం కదమ్మా మనందరము A4 size paper ని కట్ చేసి ఎంతమంది ఒక 40 మెంబర్స్ 30 మెంబర్స్ ఒక్కొక్క స్కూల్ పిల్లలు చాలా మంది ఎంతమంది అయితే మనము ఆ జాలర్ లో కట్ చేసి పట్టినాము చూపించినాం కదా ఆ సెషన్ గురించి మేడం చెప్తున్నారు ఇప్పుడు మళ్ళీ రిమెంబర్ చేస్తున్నారు మనకి ఆల్ చిల్డ్రన్స్ డిడ్ యూ అండర్స్టాండ్ మిగతా వాళ్ళందరికీ అర్థమైందనా ఫస్ట్ ఫస్ట్ జాలర్ చేసాం కదా మనం A4 సైజ్ కట్ చేసి అరే ఏమైందనా సడన్ గా పోయింది
Okay, thank you,
ఓకే
ma'am.
చిల్డ్రన్
Is it done?
అర్థమైంది కదా అందరికి అందరం పేపర్స్ కట్ చేసుకొని చాలా మంది చిల్డ్రన్ అందులో కట్ అవ్వకుండా నించున్నాం కదా ఓకే మేడం
Vijayalakshmi ma'am, can we ask the girls to stand up if they remember their activity?
ఓకే మీకు అందరికి అర్థమై ఉన్న వాళ్ళందరూ లేచి నించోండి అన్న గర్ల్స్ గర్ల్స్ లిజన్ హియర్ అన్ని కేజీబీవీ స్టూడెంట్స్ జాలర్ చేసింది అర్థమైన వాళ్ళు లేచి నించోమంటున్నారు మేడం ఓకేనా
Now I can see some girls standing up. Very nice. Okay, so you remember. All right.
జాలర్ సెషన్ అర్థమైన పిల్లలు అందరూ లేచి నించోమంటున్నారు అదర్వైజ్ రేజ్ యువర్ హ్యాండ్స్ లైక్ దిస్ రేజ్ యువర్ హ్యాండ్స్ అర్థమైన పిల్లలు అందరూ హ్యాండ్ రేజ్ చేయండి అన్న
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Vijayalakshmi ma'am. I'll continue the session. Okay. So this means many of you remember what we did in the activity. We made some lines on the paper, we made some cut, and then we made a big jhalar in which so many girls could come. So we went to Rangareddy district in Kismatpur, KGBV Kismatpur, and when we went there, the girls came and said to us that, Akka, we want to click a picture with you in this big jhalar. And we said, okay, we will click a picture. And we said, we will see how many girls could come in that garland. And 70 girls could come in the big garland. Like they made such a big jhalar that 70 girls could fit in. I forgot to bring the picture, but 70 girls. So they had made so big jhalar. And then we went to Miro Doddi, and there 78 girls could fit in. So KGBV Telangana is breaking their own record. KGBV Kismatpur 60, KGBV Kismatpur 70, and KGBV Miro Doddi, they did 78 girls could come in the jhalar. Okay, so today we are going to do, KGBV, I don't know what is the name, but they are showing their jhalar also. Chevalla, very nice. Yes, I can see that. Okay, so now what? So today we are going to do a little recap of what we did in the first session. And I had also given some homework, and I got only 14 responses. That is sad because so many KGBVs are there, and you should share your answers. You should try to do the homework. But today we will discuss the questions, and then all of you have to do the homework. Okay, now it is compulsory. We are going to discuss the questions, and then we will do all the questions in the homework. Okay, Ardhamainda? Suvarna KGBV is like Ardhamainda. Okay. All right. So, okay, let's start. So, I talked about now when we did the jhalar, okay, I'll ask a poll question now. So everybody on their screens will have a poll question, and you have to answer that. So the question is, what remains same when you make a garland out of a paper without wasting the paper? So now when we made this jhalar, when we made this, I'll just go to overhead. When we had this paper in our hand and we made cuts along this, we did not waste any paper. So what mathematical thing remains same? What mathematical thing remains the same? You have to write the answer. What mathematical thing remains the same? I will give you the hint, but I don't want to Because I want you to think what was it that remains the same. Vijay Lakshmi ma'am, can you please translate in Telugu? Either Vijay Lakshmi ma'am or Anjana ma'am, Archana ma'am, any one of you, can you please translate this question in Telugu? Uh, Archana ma'am, are you there? Vijay Lakshmi ma'am. Okay, so so for YouTube people also, you have to answer this question, and you can see the question on my screen. This question is, what remains same when you make a garland out of a paper without wasting the paper? What mathematical thing remains same? Okay, so we are not wasting any paper. So there must be something which is remaining same. You have to tell what remains same. You can write your answers in the YouTube chat, and other people, they can write the answers. They have to write their answers on the poll. And we have to be quick so that I can discuss the other homework also. Nobody writes in the Zoom chat, please. Nobody writes in the Zoom chat so that other people can also think. What mathematical thing remains the same when you make a garland out of the paper without wasting the paper? So there are 189 people on Zoom and only 7 have replied. And I'm waiting for answers on YouTube also. There are 150 people on YouTube. Okay, quick. So now people have started answering in the Zoom chat box. Okay, but I'm glad to know that some of you remembered what remains the same. This is good. Very nice. Can I have some answers on YouTube, please? 150 people are there on YouTube. Okay, quick. Zoom answers are increasing. Poll answers, chat box also I can see some answers, but no answer yet on YouTube. What mathematical thing remains the same? Mahendra KGPV one per something. You have written something, but you have to think whether both of them remain the same or is it just one out of the both? KGBV, E. Mahendra KGPV, Vanna Parth. I can't read further, but you think Mulugu district. Okay, think about your answer. Whether it is both or just one. And I'll wait for 3 more answers on the poll and then I'll stop the poll so that we can move forward. Jagtyal Kathalapur, is it both or is it just one out of the two? Please, ma'am, KGBV Shankarpalli, unmute. Okay, we will unmute in some time. Just give me some time. I'll unmute. Don't worry. Okay, so there was no answer on YouTube. That's not a good thing. People who have joined on YouTube should try to answer. I am sure it is difficult also, but anyhow, I'm ending the poll and let me just see what did I get. Okay. Area. Okay, area, then some are writing area is not remaining, paper is not remaining, area. All right, so there are many people. Please unmute yourself. Please mute yourself, don't unmute. Okay, so on Zoom, 50% have answered, half of the people have said area, but half of them have not given the right answer. And on Zoom, I have got both the answers, area and perimeter. Okay. I could have given options also, but I really wanted to see if you could remember what was same. Okay. So now we say that what remains same when you make the garland out of paper. So here, this paper that is there in my hand, if you see, I can go to overhead. This paper that I have in my hand, this when I make a garland, I am not wasting any paper. When I'm not wasting any paper, that means I am not taking out the area of the paper. So this paper that I have in my hand has some area. What do we mean by area? It takes some space when it is put on the table. You see, this has taken some space. So the space that it has taken is its area. Now, when I'm cutting along these lines, I am not wasting any paper. So what I'm not doing is I'm not changing the area, but I am increasing the length and decreasing. So if you see here, this is the width of my strip. This is the breadth of my strip. And when I open it, it becomes very large. So we can see these math girls have quickly made a new garland also. So we have made the length bigger and we have decreased the width. So what was the width of this paper first? The width of this paper, the breadth of this paper was this. This was the width. But I have now reduced it I have made it very less. And this was the length of the paper. When I open my garland, the length becomes long and the width becomes short. Madam, can you raise your voice in YouTube? Vijay? Yeah, ma'am will check. Vijay. Yeah. So that is how we say that the area remains the same when we make a garland out of the paper, right? Then in the first session, we also did one more activity. Okay. So in the paper, मुझे YouTube पे लिखना आवाज कम है क्या? वो बोल रहे हैं कि आवाज थोड़ा कम आ रहा है. Okay. So now, next what we did was we did a math salute also. If you remember, we did this activity in which you had to bring both your hands forward, put your right hand on the top, fold your hands and bring it back. How many of you remember? Do you remember that? I could see the girls doing that. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, we did this activity. No, can you bring your hands, take your hands backward? Bring them back. So you bring both your hands forward. Okay, I'll just go into the spotlight view again so you can see me. Yeah. So you bring both your hands forward. Then you put your right hand on top of left. And then you hold your hands together. And then when you bring it back, were you able to bring it back? Yes, I could see the girls able to bring their hands back. So in the hey, don't open the hands. You don't have to open the hands. You just have to bring them back like this. Okay. Yeah, so we did that activity. Now, in the first session, I missed a small part when I did this activity. I said that we will go backwards. So to understand why we were able to open the hands, we went backwards, right? What we did was, so we have our both hands in the front. We put right hand on the top of the left. We rotate our hands and hold it like this, right? So what we did was, we came from the solution to the backwards in the first class. So we want our hands like this and our hands are like this. Then we open them and then we move our hands and then we come back to the original position, starting position. So in the session, I had said that why we are doing this, I'll tell you after we make the garland. But I never discussed. I forgot. So now we will discuss what was it about. Okay. So if you see, we made this kind of a garland. Do you see this? We made this kind of a garland. So I want to make so I have this, if you see here also, my question was, this is something. Okay. My question was that I have to make a garland out of paper. So what I do is, I have this thread in my hand. If you, yeah, I have this. I have this thread in my hand, and what I'll do, because I want to place it on the paper, what I can do is I can start from here and then I can come here and then I can go there and then going like up, down, up, down, up, down, I can arrange my thread on this whole area. So this is the same thing which we have done. We wanted very thin strip and a garland. So what I did, I made zigzag lines. So one line here, one line here. Because my thread, when it goes from here, it comes back here. Then it goes up. Then it comes down. So this is what I'm doing. Down, up, down, up. So now when I knew the solution, I can go back and see why I am making these lines. So this was something which I missed. So why are we making these lines? Because we want thin strips made out of paper, right? Is everyone clear? Any doubts? Does anyone want to say anything? We all understand, madam. Okay. Done, madam. Okay. All right. So now, then we talked about one more thing. Okay. So this was about A4 paper. Is everyone clear about the A4, the jhalar activity? If anyone has any doubts, they can raise their hands. A4 activity. Sorry, jhalar activity. Any doubts for jhalar activity? Add, ma'am. Add, ma'am. Okay. Either it should be yes, ma'am, or no, madam. There are no doubts. Okay. We make garlands with paper. All right. So I hope everyone is clear. So we will now move towards the homework. Okay. Now, before we move towards the homework, one more thing that we discussed that day was, Vijay, I need your help. We talked about this special sheet. Okay. Now, if you see, what is the name of this paper in my hand? Can somebody tell what is the name of this paper? Don't, I'll go in the overhead. What is the name of this paper in my hand? I have been saying it again and again. What is the name of this paper? What do we call this paper? A4 paper. Yes. So somebody wrote in the chat box A4 paper. So this is called A4 paper. And why do we call it A4 paper? Will anyone tell? Raise your hands and I'll unmute you to tell me why is this called an A4 paper. Who is going to tell me why is this called an A4 paper? Raise your hands. Will someone explain why is this an A4 paper? Quick. Okay. KGBV Sangain is going to tell us. Very nice. I have never seen you before. You can unmute yourself. KGBV Sangain, Maths CRT. Warangal. Why is this called an A4 paper?
Because it is so quality
It is?
compared to the normal papers.
Okay. Normal. What is normal paper?
Normal paper, that is in the notebooks we use. Compared to A4 sheet papers, they are so quality.
They are so low quality, I think. You're saying low quality?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But why do we call it A4? That was my question. Like, yeah, the papers in your notebook are different. My question is, why do we call them A4?
Why they call A4?
Why A4? कोई बात नहीं. It's okay. You tried answering. That is a very good thing. I'm happy. You should try speaking. That's good. Okay. Karunasri Podu 3. Unmute. I have seen you many times in the session. Unmute. Karuna Sri Podu 3. Unmute. Quick.
Madam.
One girl. Any one girl. Bolo.
Madam, it is quality.
It is?
Quality.
Quality. What is quality?
Madam, A4 size paper is a quality paper.
ठीक है. हिंदी
These
समझना.
These four sides are equal.
Four sides are equal.
Not equal.
Is this a square or a rectangle?
Rectangle.
Then how four sides are equal?
Two sides are equal.
Two sides are equal. But why do we call it A4, bacha? That is what my question is.
Madam, wait 1 minute. Madam, we will give answer.
Okay, ठीक है. Take your time.
ये दो पेपर दिखा सकते हैं, दोनों A4 है, क्वालिटी अलग अलग है, मतलब क्वालिटी होता है.
Okay.
Madam, 1 minute.
Take your time. Okay. So many of you have written in the chat box the answer, but to Karunasri and what was the Sangem, Barangal Sangem, both of you gave the answer that the quality. So I have two papers in my hand. Do you see? This is a little thick paper. And if I use this paper, there are two papers in my hand. This is chart paper, a little thick. And this is a little thin. Both are A4 papers. But
Madam. Madam, the number.
एक सेकेंड. Karunasri. आपका नाम क्या बच्चा? What is your name?
Madam, Amulya.
Just give me 1 second, okay? Let me finish. Yeah. So this paper is thick and this paper is thin. So quality, both of them have different quality. So that does not mean that this is A4 and this is not A4. Both of them are A4. So now, what do you think?
Madam,
yes, Amulya, what do you want to say?
Madam, the number 4 refers to the fact the dimensions of A4 paper are the same as a sheet of A4 paper that had been cut into half 4 times.
Cut into half 4 times. This, okay, tell me, this A4 paper has been cut into half 4 times. But if I cut it like this, what will I get? Is this A4?
No.
Then what is this called? If I fold it like this, what do I call this paper?
Madam, rectangle.
Yeah, this is rectangle. But do you know this paper has a name also?
A4 paper.
Okay, this is not A4 paper, bacha. This is A4. If you see, this full length paper is the A4 paper. But when I fold it into half, this becomes A5 paper. Okay. This is now A5. Now, if I fold one more time, what do I get? What do you think will I get,
Rectangle.
Amelia? Rectangle. Sure, rectangle. What will be the name of this paper? No, koi baat nahi. I'll tell you. Okay, you listen carefully now.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so now math class. Quickly, what do you want to say? Unmute yourself. Quick.
Okay, madam.
Maths class. Unmute.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Why do we call this A4?
Yes,
Why do
we
we
have
call
one paper.
Rectangular shape. Rectangle.
It is a rectangle shape. You want to
Okay.
fold this side like a triangle.
And fold this.
And fold this wastage paper. If you cut this wastage paper,
We get the square shape.
we get a square shape.
Sure, but bacha, that is not my question now. My question is, why do we call this paper A4 paper? You are right.
Paper.
You are right. You can make a square out of the paper by whatever you said is right.
Yes.
You can make a square out of the paper in that way. But my question was why? Okay, so now I will explain to everyone because we have to do some more questions also. Okay, very good. Okay, your answer is right, but not to the question that I asked. Okay, you listen carefully now. Okay, what is your name?
Okay, ma'am. Deekshita.
Deekshita. Now you have to listen carefully. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so let us now. So everyone has. Some people remember why is it called A4? I can see in the chat box, but many of you don't. So let me tell you. This is called an A4 paper. Okay. Now, this is the longer side and this is the shorter side. When I fold my paper about the longer side, so this was my long side and I have folded the long side into half. So I get a small paper which is called an A4 paper. A5 paper, sorry, A5 paper. And now if you see, this A4 paper is half of this A5 paper is half of the A4 paper. So this is my A4 paper. When I fold it into half, I get this paper, which is exactly half of. So you see, this paper is half of A4 paper and we call it A5 paper. Now, if I make one more fold in this A4 paper, so you see, this was my A5, you see, this is my A5. I make one more fold in this A5 paper. And what do I get? I get an A6 paper. So A6 is half of A4. You can see here. This is A5 and this is A6. A6 is half of A5. Am I clear? Do you get it? This was A4. This is A5. A5 is half of A4. Then A6 is half of A5. Now I have to make A3. What do I do to make A3? Will A3 be bigger than A4 or A3 will smaller than A4? What do you think? This is A4. This one is A4. This one big. Then this one was A5 and this one is A6. This is A6. So what do you think? Will A3 be bigger than A4 or it will be smaller than A4? A3. Okay, for bigger, do like this. I can see you. For bigger, do like this. A3 is bigger. And for smaller, do like this. Is A3 bigger than A4 or smaller than A4? Do your action. For bigger, do this. For smaller, do this. A3 is bigger than A4 or smaller than A4? Is anybody doing any action? A4 is bigger. For bigger, you do like this. And if it is smaller, you do like this. Our KGBV Chevalla are doing bigger. Okay, I can see. Let me see other ones if they are doing anything. Oh, we got a comment on YouTube. Bigger. Very nice. KGBV Kandukur, no increase paper small. Okay, so now let us do it. Let us see. So I said that when you fold A4 into half, you get A5. Then you fold A5 into half, you get A6, which means A5 is smaller than A4. A6, as the numbers are increasing, papers are becoming smaller. So A3 is bigger than A4 because numbers are increasing here. A3 is less than 4. So the paper will be big. How do I make a big A3? You see, if I join two A4 papers, you see this? If I join, okay, I will have to show it in the front. If I take two A4 papers and join them together, I will get an A3 paper. So A3 will be bigger than A4 and you can see it here also. This is an A3 paper. Two A4 papers are joined to get an A3 paper. Then when you open this A3, now you get another big paper. What is this paper? This is A2 paper. Now what I have done, I have attached two A3 paper together and I got A2 paper. Then I open this again. I have made it more bigger. What is this? A1, because before A2 will be A1. And now before A1, what will be the name of the paper? I have made a very big paper. I am making the double of A1. What will I get? A0 paper. So this big paper, which is made up of 16 A4 papers, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Then 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. So 16 A4 papers are joined to get A0 paper. Now we will see why A4 is called A4 paper. So this is A0 paper. I fold this into half and I get A1. This is one fold. I make another fold. I get A2 paper. Two folds, two A2 paper. Then I make one more fold, which is 3 folds in total, A3 paper. And now I get 4 folds, which I get A4 paper by making 4 folds in the paper. So what does this mean? So the number on the A series paper, it shows how many folds are there in the A0 paper. So you start with A0 paper, you fold it, and when you fold it 4 times, you get the paper which we use, which is called the A4 paper. Is this clear? Is this clear? Amulya, Amulya is showing me thumbs up. Mamta, CRT physics, clear? Very nice. Okay, so let's do the homework questions now, quickly. So the homework question was, I will share. Yeah, here is the first homework question. An A5 paper is obtained by folding A4 paper into half about the longer side. What does this mean? Let me just show you once again. This was the A4 paper. This was the long side. I fold it and I get the A5 paper. Okay. Next. What will be the area of this new paper? So this is an A5 paper. Okay, no numbers. We don't have to calculate the area. We just have to say if the area of this paper is 1, what will be the area of this paper? If the area of the big paper is 1, I fold it into half. What will be the area of the A5 paper? Many teachers, when you are writing, Amulya, do you know what will be the area? I can see Amulya only. I want to see other girls also. I have been saying Amulya a lot. Oh, so there is a question in the chat. In the name of, in A4, what is the meaning of A? Okay, so ma'am, we have, A is just, A represents the series of the paper. So we can get so many papers starting from a big sheet. Now, the big sheet has an area of 1 meter square. By folding, we are getting different papers. So we call this series as A series. There are other series of paper also, B series paper, C series paper, and they have different lengths and breadths. So A series paper is the paper in which the area is 1 meter square, and then on the basis of that area, the size are calculated. The sides are calculated. So A just represent the series of the paper. So like all these paper, they fall into one category. There is a lot of things we can discuss on the A4 paper, the ratios of the sides and all, but I don't want to get into that today. But A means a series in which like you make papers by folding it into halves about the longer side, right? And I discussed this in the first session also, that you take any paper of the A series, you take A4, you take A5, you take A6, the ratio of the longer side to the shorter side will always be same in every paper. In every paper, the ratio of longest side to the shortest side will always be the same. Okay. Yeah. So my question was, coming back to the question, what will be the area? I was watching the girls. Many of you have written, if the area of the A4 is 1, area of A5 would be half. Okay. So now let's see what is happening here. What I'm doing is, this was my big paper. This was my big paper. And now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to fold it into half. So now this paper is the same. This area is the same as this area, right? So if this whole area was 1, the whole area was 1, when I fold it into half, now I have divided the area into 2 equal parts. So what do I get? The area becomes half, right? Am I right? Is this clear? Okay. So now tell me, let's go to the next question. Now you have to answer this, okay? Second question in the homework was, an A6 paper is obtained by folding the A5 paper into half about the longer side. Now, this was the A5 paper. How do we get the A6 paper? This is my A5 paper. How can I make the A6 paper? What should I do? How do I make the A6 paper? Fold it. Okay, fold it about the longer side. So now I have this A6 paper. Is this clear? Okay. Then the question was, what is the area of this new paper with respect to A4 paper? So now you have A6 paper. We know A6 is half of A5. But here the question is with respect to A4, not with A5. What does it mean? Okay. So let's go to the overhead and see. So this is my A4 paper. I have to find out what is the area of A6 paper. This is my A6. What is the, if I can find out how many A6 I can fit here. So I can fit 1 A6. This is 2. Then this is 3. I can put 1 more. And I can put 1 more. I need 1 more. Okay. So I'll just do this. Yes. So how many A4 can I put, A6 can I put on A4? How many A6 have I put on A4? there are 4 A6, which means 4 A6 have the area of 1 A4 paper. So now 1 A4 A6 paper will be how much of the full paper? 1/4. Because see, this is half of the paper. So 2 A6 have half area. Now 1 A6 will have how much area? 1/4, because there were 4 more A6 papers. So 1 A6 has the area of 1/4 the area of A4 paper. Is this clear? Show me a thumbs up if this is clear. Yes, 4 times A6 equals 1 A4. So that means 1 A6 is, okay, I can show it like this also. What we have 4 A6 papers is equal to 1 A4 paper. Okay. And now if I divide by 4 on both sides, so what do I get? This will be 1 A6 paper and this is equal to 1/4 the area of A4. Is this clear? Huh? Okay. Super. Show me a thumbs up if this is clear, quickly. Very right. Okay. You have to do this homework. I'm going to check today how much. So everybody has to send their homework after the class today. Okay. All right. Now we will not do the third question because I explained it in the last session and many of you had done it also. And you can try this again. Okay. Now we will go to the fourth question. No, we will first do the fifth question, because in the last session we were not able to do a small activity and the fifth question was to be done using that activity. So first we will do an activity now. Okay, everyone is ready for the activity? Too much. Neha Akka has spoken too much, right? What is next to A0? A0 is the last, madam. There is nothing beyond A0. A0 is the last. Then we have A1, which is half of A0. Then we have A2. Then we have A3, A4, and we can keep going. Okay? Okay. So Neha Akka has spoken a lot and she's very tired now. She has to speak though. But okay, we will do an activity. Now everybody will be busy. Okay? So now what is the activity? I have this A4 paper in my hand. Okay, so I have this A4 paper in my hand. What is the shape of this A4 paper? Rectangle, right? This A4 paper is a rectangle. But I want to make a square out of this paper. And what was the name? I forgot. What was the name of the girl? CRT Maths. CRT Maths class. What was your name? You can unmute and tell me.
Ma'am, Deekshita.
Deekshita. Deekshita showed us how we can make a square out of this paper by, so I can hold this corner and fold it and I will get a square. I can cut this rectangle and I will get a square. Everybody knows this. Does everybody knows this? How do you make a square out of a paper? You know this. Do you know this? How do you make a square? Yeah, you know this. Okay. But when we make a square out of this paper in such a way, we cut this rectangle and we waste paper. So my question is, can we make a square which has the same area as the paper? Means I do not want to paste any paper. I want to make a square without wasting the paper, which means the same area which is of this paper. Okay, so we will see how we can do that. All right, so let's go to the overhead. And if you remember, we had seen that this paper has a side of 29.7 centimeter and this side is 21 centimeter. Okay. This is 29.7 and this is 20. Okay, understand not, madam. KGBV Bellampalli. What I'm saying is, if you have to make a square out of a paper, what you do is you take this paper, you fold it like this, and you cut this part, and whatever part is left, you get a square because you have folded and you take this side equal, and rest of the side you will cut, so you will get a square. Now, can we make a square which has the same area as this paper? Right. So this is what we are going to do. Now to make, okay, you have to listen, ma'am. What I'm saying is, to make a square from a paper, you fold it. You take this corner, you fold it like this, and you get a triangle like this. Now, if you cut this, okay, I'll show you what I'm saying is, if you cut this, so there is this rectangle which is left. If I cut this out, what I'm left with is a square paper. Okay. This is called a square, but what I have done here is I have wasted this paper here. And I do not want to waste this paper. So how can we make a square which has the same area as the rectangle paper, as this paper? Okay. So first we will calculate the area of this paper. Okay. Now, what is the area of a paper? Rectangle, the area of rectangle is length times breadth. Okay. And I know the length of this paper is 29.7 times 21. Okay. Now, to make my calculation easy, I will say that this is 30 because this is very close to 30. 29.7 is very close to 30. So I'll take it 30 and this is 21. And when I multiply them, I get the area to be 630. Yeah, 630 centimeter square. Right? Clear? So this is the area of the paper and I want to make a square whose area is 630 centimeter square. Okay. Now we know that all the sides of a square are equal. Am I right or wrong? All the sides of a square are equal. Am I right? Show me a thumbs up if I'm right. All the sides of a square are equal or not? Thumbs up if I'm right, thumbs down if I'm wrong. Square, square, square. Yes, all the sides of a square are equal. So what does that mean? I need to find a number. You go to over here, speaker view. Yeah. I need to find a number. Sorry, area of a square is also length into breadth. But both the sides are same. So this means that the same number is multiplied with the same number. What does that mean? If I have a square of side 10 centimeter, the other side is also 10 centimeter. Area would be 10 times 10, which is 100. Right? So, both the sides are same. So, we are multiplying the same number with itself. Now, I want to find the number which has this area. Okay. So, I know so it is difficult to find, but what we will do is, we will do some estimation. And how do we do that estimation? Let's see. So, what I'm going to do is, I know that 10 times 10 is 100. I want an area of 630. So, we will do some estimation. See, 10 times 10 is 100. Right? Okay. What is 20 times 20? What will be 20 times 20? Can anybody tell what is 20 times 20? 400. Very good. 20 times 20 is 400, but my area is still more than 400. So let's try 30 by 30. 30 times 30 is 900, right? Oh, but 900 is more than 630. So my area lies between 400 and 900. So which means my area lies between side of 20 and 30. So let's take middle side 20 and 30. What will be the number between 20 and 30? Like the middle number. What will be the middle number between 20 and 30? 25. So let's see what is 25 times 25, which is 625. Now we are very close to our area. What do we wanted? We wanted 630. And what is our area? 625. So we can assume that the side of our square should be 25. Is this clear to everyone? We want to make a square and we know that the area of the square must be 630. And I know that for area of a square, the side must be same. So I was looking for a number which when multiplied, it gives me 630. So I have found a number which is very close to 630 and we call it, like we have got it 625. So I have to make a square whose side is 25, right? Okay, that is clear. So now we will take a new paper and what we are going to do is we will take an A4 paper and I know this side is overhead. This side is 21. This side is 29. So I'll write it here. This is 29.7. This is 21. What I'm going to do is I am going to keep my ruler. I'll need a ruler at this point. You see, this is the longer side and this is the end point of the longer side. I'm keeping my ruler here and I want to make, sorry, we will start with the shorter side. What did I do? Okay, yeah. So I'll start here on the this corner, the corner of the paper here. And I am going to see where does my scale give a side of 25 centimeters. So keep your ruler on the corner. This 1 cent, the scale, where the marking of the scale start. This is on the corner. And I want to measure a side of 25. So you can see here, this is exactly 25. So I'll draw this line like this. Okay. I have kept my ruler on the corner and I'm going to make a line on the opposite side and this line ka length should be 25 centimeter. Vijayalakshmi ma'am, can you please repeat this in Telugu? Vijayalakshmi ma'am or Archana ma'am? Okay. Okay, so I'll just tell you what I'm doing is we have kept the ruler on the corner of the paper of the longer side and on the other longer side we have to see where we can get 25 centimeter on this line. So this line should be 25 centimeter. So my 25 is touching the line here. So I make this line and now we will cut this line out of the paper. What we will do is we will cut the line out of the paper. So here you can see I am cutting this line out of the paper. The marker is very thick, so I might get slight error. Okay. So now I have cut it like this and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it here. I cut it from here. See, I cut it from here and I pick it up. So I pick it up and I put it here. So it is going outside. I'll just good Vijay. Vijay, ये थोड़ा सा ऊपर कर दो overhead. Yeah. So you see here, I had this paper like this. I made a line of 25. ये थोड़ा overhead ऊपर कर दो. अच्छा अच्छा. इसमें okay. Yeah, so now you can see it, right? Okay, that is better. Yeah, so I had this paper. What I did was I cut this like this, and now I'm going to pick this up and put it here. So this becomes, what is the shape? What is the shape that I've got now? Is it a square? Show me a thumbs up if it is a square. Is it a square? Quadrilateral, yes. Is it a square? Show me a thumbs up if it is a square. If it's not a square, then show me a thumbs down. Quick, quick, quick. If it is a square, give me a thumbs up. If it is not a square, then gives a thumb down. Yeah, I can see many of the girls making their shapes. Yes, very nice. Okay, so this is not a square. Yes, because the angle, one side is 25, but the other side is still not 25. Right? Very nice. Okay, KGBV Chavella. Who else is doing? Let me see some other. Oh, very nice. I could see a girl here. Ranga Reddy. Ayo, where are you? Huh. Very nice. Oh, very nice. Hey, what did you do? No, Ranga Reddy. You have picked it up like that. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Bring it in the center. Yes, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Very nice. Okay. Yes. So now let's do this. So this is not a square. This is called a parallelogram. Yes, many of the girls are writing also in the chat. It's called a parallelogram because this side is parallel to this side. So this is called a parallelogram. And this side, the upper side is parallel to the bottom side. But we need one more thing. This parallelogram has the same area as the paper, 630 centimeters square, because we have not wasted any paper. Now we will go to how do we make a square. Okay. Now what we will do is, I need a 90-degree angle. So I will not tell you the reason, Abhi. First we will do the steps. Okay. I will pick this paper and what I'm going to do. So you see, I'm picking up this paper and I'm going to put it like this at this corner. Keep it like this. And what is the length of this line? 25 centimeter. Now I will make another line here, which is also 25. So you see what I did? You picked up this paper. I put this at the corner and the line should be overlapped. This paper is exactly, so I will mark my line here. Here, so yeah. So if you see, this has to be totally on top of this paper. Not outside, not inside. So completely on this paper. And now I'm going to trace this line. So I will use my ruler and make this line. The same length, 25. So now what do I get? I will cut this out. This line also, I will cut this out. Okay. So let's cut this out. Okay. So now if you see, I have this part and I have to attach this part somewhere. So what I'm going to do, you see, I cut this from here. Defocus. Overhead got defocus. Vijay. So you see here, I have cut it from here. Now this side is equal to which side? Defocus हो रहा है Google के.
ब्लर जाता है ना फुटेज, थोड़ा थोड़ा करूँगा. क्वालिटी अच्छी है.
चलो ठीक है. हाँ. So okay. So what do we do? Now I have made this cut. Now I want to pick it up from here and attach it somewhere else. This side is equal to another side. Can you tell me which was the side? This side is equal to which side of the parallelogram? So we know that this side is equal to this side, this whole side. So what I'll do, I'll pick this up, move this a little on above so that you can see. And now because these sides are equal, I keep it here. And what do I get? What do I get? Hope you can see it. Okay, wait. Yeah. So now when I keep it here, what do I get? I get a square. So here I have not wasted any paper, and I will explain one more time. I will explain one more time. Don't worry. So I have not wasted any paper, and whatever was my area of the rectangle, I have converted it into a square. Oh wow, maths class, they are showing me the A0 sheet. Very nice. Very nice. Which KGBV are you? Please write in the chat box, ma'am. I don't want to interrupt the activity. So you write in the chat box, what is your KGBV? Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Yeah. So now I will explain one more time what we did in this activity. Okay. All right. Please explain one more time. Yes, I'm explaining one more time. Let's do it once again. Okay. So we have an A4 paper, okay? And I know I want to make a square out of this A4 paper, and my square should have a side of 25 centimeter. So what do? I have my ruler, I put it on the corner of this paper, this corner. You see, these are the four corners. You can choose any corner. Put your ruler on the corner and measure. This side should be 25 centimeter. So you can move your ruler like this and see where you are getting 25 centimeter. So I am getting 25 centimeter here. So I will make this line. Okay. So this is 25 centimeter. Now I will cut this out. I will cut this out. So this is my first step. Okay. Right. So this becomes 20. Now I pick it up and I bring it here and I get a new shape which is called a parallelogram. So what does this mean? That there can be many shapes who have the same area. We started with a rectangle. We just made one cut and put it on the other side and we get a parallelogram. And we will make one more cut and we will get a square. Okay. Now, how do we make a square? Now I'm going, so I need a 90-degree angle for the square. So what, Shankarapalli, you will just give me 2 more minutes and I will allow you to speak. Just let me complete this activity, okay? So now I need a 90-degree angle. What I'm going to do, see, this is 90 degree. This is 90 degree and this is some extra angle. Let's say this is A, some extra angle. Now to make it 90 degree. So if I keep them together, my total angle is 90 plus A. And I want to remove this extra angle from here so I can get 90 degree. So what do? I pick it up from here. I put it here. And see my line. So this is my line. And I want to cover this line with this paper. So what do? I keep it at the corner and I cover this line with this paper. So the lines have overlapped now. And now I will draw this line. And because this is 25, so the other line would also be 25. So what have I done? This was A. So now I have taken out A from this 95. If you see, this whole angle was 90. But I am going to take this out from 90 and this added here. So this will again become 90. So now we will cut this out. Let's see. I am going to cut this out. Okay. So now you see this has become 90 again. This has become 90 again because I added extra A. So I removed that A and now I have 90. Now what I'll do, because I know this side is equal to this side, I will pick up this paper and I'll keep it here to get a square. And I have a square whose area is equal to the area of the rectangle, which is 630 centimeters square. Does anyone have any doubt? Does anyone have any doubt? Okay, KGBV Shankarapalli. Let me unmute you. Shankarapalli. Where is Shankarapalli? Shankarapalli. Okay. Yes. Add spotlight and you can unmute yourself. Yes. What do you want to say? What do you want to say?
Ma'am, we didn't understand what now we did.
You did not understand what we did?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Once more, we have.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
once more. Okay. I'll tell you quickly, but in case you did not understand, you can go through, you can watch the session again, okay?
Okay,
like
ma'am.
YouTube. But I'll show you, okay? I'll show you quickly.
Okay, ma'am.
Do you want to say anything else?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. Sure. I'll just explain. Don't worry. I'll do it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Anyone else? Does anyone else have any doubts? Okay, now the most important part. Everybody has to do the homework. Okay, I can see Chevella, they have done the square. Very beautiful. Wow. Place it properly. Your pieces are not proper. Now, please place it properly so that it looks like a square. No, the sides have to be equal. Your sides are going out of the, you see, the side, the triangle is a little downwards. Place it properly so that it looks like a square. See, if you see my square here, if you see my square, all the sides are like, it is not coming out like this. This is, all the sides are, you can use a sellotape also. Oh, this is very beautiful. KGBV Mudhole. KGBV Mudhole, very beautiful. See, this is how you should keep it. Very nice. Who else? Let me just see. Many of them have done Shabad. Very beautiful. Very nice. So now the homework is, you have to do all the questions from the homework. Sixth question can be left. You leave the sixth question. Don't try the sixth question. Other than the sixth question, everybody has to try every question. Yes, KGBV Kandakur, I can see you. Now, so we have seen how we can make a square. In homework, you have to make a rectangle of a given side. So you have to follow the same steps and make a rectangle whose area is same. Whatever we did for square has a side of 25. In homework, you are given a rectangle whose side is 23. So you have to follow the same steps and you have to do it. Okay. All right. Now, those who want to understand again, I'll quickly repeat. But before that, somebody has asked, please explain the third question. Okay. So in third question, ma'am, the question, yes, I'll share the homework in the group. Don't worry. The third question is, a long jhalar of width 5 mm has been made out of an A3 paper. So A3 paper is double of A4. First thing, okay? A3 paper is double of A4. So that means the length would be different for the, okay, let's see what will be the length. Here, I don't want to do everything. I want you to try some things. So I will not tell you in detail. If this is my one A4 paper and this becomes my A3 paper, okay? Let me just use Y. So, okay, I'll do this. Yeah. So, speaker view. Yeah. Too many things at a time. All right. Yes. So this is A4. Now this is 21. This is 29.7. Now when I make A3, this 21 is double now. So this will be double of 21. You calculate yourself and this will still be 29.7. So the area of A3 will be 21 double of 21 is 42. 42 times 29.7. 29.7 will be the area. Also, we know area of A4 is 630. So what will be the area of A3? Double of 630. So either you multiplied 630 by 2 and you will get the area. Okay. Now, a long jhalar of width 5 has been made out of A3 paper. What is the length of this jhalar? So you know area of both the jhalar and the paper is same. Now what you have to do is you have to put them into equation. Area of paper is equal to area of jhalar. So what do you have to do? Okay, I'll write it here. Area of paper equals area of jhalar. Now, area of jhalar is length times breadth. Area of paper is also length times breadth. Put the values and find out the length of the jhalar. Okay? All right. So, I'll share the questions and now I think we are done with the session. Those who want to leave can leave. KGBV, sir, KGBV, what was the name? Sarvapalli. Shankrapalli. I will explain quickly. Those who want to understand it again, I'll do that. And those who want to leave can leave the class and we will end the session. I am ending it on YouTube. If somebody has some issue on YouTube, they can watch the session on YouTube again. Okay. For YouTube, I'm ending the stream and I'll explain here. Okay. Quick. Okay. All right. Okay, yeah, okay, I'll just say bye to everyone. Bye, those who want to leave, and those who want to understand this square again, they can stay. Okay, bye. Bye to all the YouTube people also. Bye-bye. And do the homework and send. I want everyone to do the homework today. Okay, I'll share the questions in the group. Yes, I'm ending. Okay, bye-bye. All right, here we go. And